The Trump team is facing major fallout from the Madison Square Garden rally, in particular, the joke by Tony Hinchcliffe about Puerto Rico being a massive pile of floating garbage. Weirdly enough, people aren't a fan of that. Now, he doesn't have a lot of defenders, but he does have one. You'll be shocked to find out it's this guy.
Now, I've heard about the joke. I haven't actually seen the joke that you mentioned, but I think that it's telling that Kamala Harris's closing message is essentially that all of Donald Trump's voters are Nazis and you should get really pissed off about a comedian telling a joke. That is not the message of a winning campaign. And most importantly, it's not the message of a person who's fit to be the president of the United States of America. And my own view on this is, look, again, I haven't seen the joke. Maybe it's a stupid racist joke, as you said. Maybe it's not. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to comment on the specifics of the joke. But I think that we have to stop getting so offended at every little thing in the United States of America. I'm so over it.
Oh, you're over it. Okay. I was going to talk about it. It seemed important. It seemed in really poor taste. It seemed like it could hurt you in some of the swing states. I didn't know that you were over it, JD Vance. Well, if you're over it, and you are a white male, I checked, and in particular, you're over it without having ever even seen the joke. You didn't even need to hear it to be over with it. Then I guess we are all required by law to be over it as well. That was amazing. So there was a lot of dishonesty there. Her closing pitch is every voter is a Nazi. No, it's not. That's not what she's saying at all. But he likes the idea that she would do something that silly, that over the top, that disrespectful of the voters. She wouldn't do that. He might imply that 24 hours after a story developed that has dominated the news, he hasn't heard it. He hasn't heard it, dear Americans. If you believe that, you will believe literally anything. I will remind you, he was at that rally. He spoke at that rally. He didn't hear it. I guess he was busy. He was listening to a podcast or something. I don't know. He was catching up on Succession. I don't know what was he doing that he didn't hear it. It's so ridiculous. He is a liar. He doesn't respect you. He wants to defend it. He's defending it. Then just say you heard it and you don't care. You're not Puerto Rican, so you don't give a damn if they insult the island or its people or whatever. At least be that honest.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
Now we'll turn to some of the other attempts to defend this, but this is the first chance you're getting on this show at least to talk about this, David. So what do you make of that joke? Feel free to talk more generally about the rally. It really does seem to be potentially doing some damage.
I thought it was political suicide because look, if this had just been one terrible joke, okay, maybe the defense works. But think about it. I mean, they offended not just Puerto Ricans, Latinos in general, African Americans, women, Malaysians, Samoans, New Yorkers, people who do not believe that Kamala Harris is the Antichrist. I mean, it goes on and on.
Jewish people?
This rally might as well have been a get out the vote rally for Kamala Harris, because what it did is it showed tens of millions of voters. Look, Kamala Harris stands for a diverse, melting pot where we have some unity, we all get along. And Donald Trump stands for this dystopian, racist, sexist, misogynistic, horrific environment. And that's the choice. And so I'm glad Donald Trump had this rally now. I mean, I thought it would be a freak show, but it was so over the top. It was so crazy. And I think it is going to move the numbers even more towards Kamala Harris.
I think that there's a good chance of that, and we will get into some of those numbers. I do want to just mention, in addition to JD Vance, who hasn't seen it. What is he just walking around like this ever since then, trying to avoid any? It's everywhere, you lying sack of slime. But anyway, Greg Gutfeld praised the educational value of the racist jokes told there, saying now people know about Puerto Rico having a huge trash problem. So I guess he didn't like that a different right-wing comedian was getting all the attention, so he decides to add a little bit more racism to it, I guess. Matt Walsh said that the remarks, quote, are the kind of jokes that normal people tell. So first of all, thank you, Matt Walsh. I don't need you to tell me that these are the sort of jokes that you and the people around you tell. I could have assumed that very comfortably. Also, do you believe that there should be no distinction, no gap between the sort of people that your next president put on the stage a week before the election and what every random a-hole says? It should just be the same, exact same. We shouldn't expect anything more, anything better, higher. Okay, he's being honest. It doesn't bother him. He doesn't get, none of these guys, all of whom are white males, don't care at all about it, weirdly enough. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.